why and when I stopped wearing Mormon garments, Mormon underwear. I grew up Mormon, believed all of it. You know, I knew what garments looked like. I kind of assumed that when I got older it would click. I'd want to wear them. I'd like them. I didn't really look appealing to me. But then I hated them. I hated them from day one. They were uncomfortable top to bottom, sticky in the heat. When it's summer, I want my armpits free. I don't want anything here. So I hated it. Like, it was so uncomfortable. No matter what material you got, it was like they're sticking to you or bulking or bunching or itching or scratching, or it had cups. My small boobs like didn't even come close to fitting. The waist was high, you had to like tuck stuff in, and then it was bulkier and you're always tucking. Mine never stayed. Like, I would look at these women wearing garments and I'm like, how are you not like constantly fidgeting? Like, it never stayed. When you go to the bathroom, whenever you put pants down, pull them up, I'd have to like stick my hand inside because they roll up, so I'd have to like, you know, push them down. And then TMI, periods, having a period with garments was like the shittiest. And then you'd get yeast infections all the time. Then this leads me to why I stopped wearing them. When I started breastfeeding, I have 2 kids. Breastfeeding, it was very uncomfortable. If you know anything about breastfeeding as a Mormon woman, you have your garment layer. You might have a nursing garment too. It has like a flap. And then you have your bra, which is probably a nursing bra, so it has a flap. You might have a little pad in there to catch the milk from like leaking. And then a lot of times as a Mormon woman, I would have like a smoothing layer, like a tank top or like a tight shirt to kind of smooth it all out. And then you have like your other layer, your like normal shirt or whatever, because you can't wear something too tight. And then you have like, nursing like cover. So if you're doing all that stuff, that's like layer after layer after layer after layer. And breastfeeding all the time, it was uncomfortable, it was annoying. So I stopped wearing the top so I could nurse my babies more freely and more comfortably. At one point, it was kind of on our end out of the church, and one of our family members was getting married. I didn't ever want to lie on the temple recommend interviews, so I kind of thought I can still like kind of say this stuff and go to the temple and see him get married. So I did my interview, and to get to the question about garments, he asked, you know, are you wearing them correctly? And I explained what was going on. My bishop. Pause right here to say how fucked up it is that I had to report to this man about my underwear. What kind of underwear I was wearing, how I was wearing it, and if it was okay the way I was wearing it or not. Didn't even occur to me. But he was like, go to your stake president temple interview and talk to him. So I have that interview. You know, he asked the same question. I tell him what's going on, and he said that we have to get that resolved and then you can let me go back in the temple. So I couldn't go in the temple because I told this man, admitted to this man, that I wasn't wearing the underwear appropriately because I was trying to breastfeed the babies that they literally groomed me from birth to think is my only job in life. So I was breastfeeding those babies and got in trouble after I reported my underwear misuse to 2 men in charge of me. They wouldn't let me go in the temple anymore. So I never went back in the temple. And that was one of those moments that I was still on my way out, like really wanting to believe and trying. I just took that moment, swipe and stored it for later because I could not compute that. So then many years later, I realized how fucked up it is.